Welcome to Viola World, bringing you all the latest news on Fiorentina from the Rocco B. Commisso Viola Park. It's back to winning ways for Fiorentina, who beat Bologna at the weekend in Serie A after beating Ciukarizki in the UEFA Europa Conference League. It was a great game at the Stadio Franchi with Fiorentina, who went up to 20 points in Serie A in 5th place. Let's have a look at the highlights. The Viola went up after just 17 minutes. Jack Bonaventura aging like a fine wine. What a goal by the number 5, who reaches 100 goal contributions in Serie A in his career. 60 goals, 40 assists for Jack Bonaventura. Simply phenomenal, and that is really a brilliant goal. His 5th this season in Serie A, celebrating with the fan at the Stadio Franchi. Stadio Franchi, who was celebrating the 50th anniversary since the start of the Curva Fiesole Ultras. And what a way to do it, with a victory against Bologna. Not an easy win for Fiorentina, though. Jack Bonaventura scoring the opener, but it was very tough after that. Fabiano Parisi with an unfortunate handball, and Zirkzee equalizes for the visitors, who admittedly had plenty of goal-scoring opportunities and even more ball possession in the first half. Here's another chance for Bologna. Selemakers finds Terracciano, though, perfect in his save. Having a great moment, the Fiorentina goalkeeper, often decisive for the Viola, former AC Milan player. Selemakers finds himself one-on-one, but with his foot, Terracciano saves the day. Second half starts with another penalty. This time Ikone is dragged down, and it's a penalty for the hosts, for Fiorentina. Nico Gonzalez, as always, makes no mistakes. From the spot, his 6th goal of the season. The Argentinian number 10, who has always scored from the penalty spot for Fiorentina. It was never in doubt. And then he went to celebrate with the Curva Fiesole. A really, really important goal for the Viola after 3 games in Serie A without scoring. Fiorentina then created other opportunities. So did Bologna, of course. But here, once again, Nico Gonzalez, after a perfect ball from Kwame, is unable to beat Skorupski. And then with just 2 minutes to go, it's Ferguson who finds Terracciano again. Phenomenal save by Fiorentina's number 1. And then a big celebration at the Stadio Franchi. Fiorentina back to winning ways. Climbed to 5th in Serie A, beating Thiago Motta's Bologna, who admittedly are one of the best sides so far this season. Let's have a look at what President Rocco Commisso had to say after the match. He came, of course, back to the USA, Commisso, but followed from abroad. We wanted to win, said the Fiorentina president. After Fiorentina-Bologna, it's a win we wanted at all costs for many reasons, even before the start of the game. We've picked up an important 3 points against strong opposition that hadn't lost since August. The players went onto the field to get a win for Fiorentina and our fans. We battled right until the end, and I'd like to thank everyone for the commitment and desire they showed in our victory. Thanks to our fans who, with everything they're going through, wanted to be close to us. Fiorentina fans are going through a lot, of course, with the flooding that have happened here in Tuscany, and we want to reiterate that everyone at Fiorentina are very close to the families of those afflicted by the flooding. It was a special day for Fiorentina fans and for 2 special fans, 2 baseball players, Mike Tauchman from Chicago Cubs and Aaron Judge from the New York Yankees, who came to the Stadio Franchi and saw the match. They are right behind me, and enjoyed the presence of Joe Barone and, of course, of all the Stadio Franchi and the victory by Fiorentina. It wasn't just the president who spoke after the match, it was also coach Vincenzo Italiano. Let's have a look at what he had to say after the game.
Forte, che in questo momento
This is important for our confidence for the points, and because we beat a side that are having a great moment. They were unbeaten for a long time, had great enthusiasm. On the other hand, we were forced to win, and the attitude and the will to win made a difference today. Other times we played better football, but perhaps lacked the right mentality. We showed that mentality today, and we got back to winning ways. The attitude matters. How much you want to win matters. And this made the difference against Bologna.
Conta l'atteggiamento, conta la voglia che hai, conta quanto ci tieni a portare a casa il risultato, e questo ha fatto la differenza.
If we had always played like today, with that attitude, getting stuck in, fighting, willing to get over the fatigue, we wouldn't have lost those 3 matches against Empoli, Lazio and Juventus. Because we did well on other aspects in those games, shots, possession, corner kicks, which we lacked against Bologna. But we added something else against the Rossoblu, something we lacked in the previous games. Sometimes when you can't win, you can try not to lose. But sometimes we're still not very familiar with this rule. I think we could have had some more points and a different position in the table. So there is a bit of disappointment. But our focus was on this game. We had 24, 20, maybe 18 hours to prepare this match. Not much time after playing in the UEFA Europa Conference League. So I say, bravo to the players. I repeat, the mind and the attitude count a lot, and the head drags all other aspects of the game. The boys did well. This was coach Vincenzo Italiano after the match. A bit of disappointment for the points lost this season in great performances by Fiorentina, but of course the satisfaction of getting 3 points against Bologna. Probably the man of the match was Jack Bonaventura. He scored a wonderful goal. He spoke after the game as well, so let's have a look what he had to say.
Sì, no, sono contento, un bel traguardo questo, tanti anni che...
I'm very happy about reaching 100 goal contributions in Serie A. I've been playing a while in the league and I've put together some stats. So I'm happy. It was important to win and we did it against a tough side. We were solid, battled, and we're happy to be back to winning ways.
Siamo contenti di essere tornati alla vittoria.
Una vittoria che penso
This was also a win for the fans in a difficult time for the flooding.
Un momento non facile nelle scorse settimane e in questa settimana.
Sì, sicuramente il primo pensiero.
Of course, our first thought was for the people of Florence and Campi Bisenzio, who are suffering a lot at this time.
Stanno soffrendo.
We're happy, of course, that many came to the game, and we hope to have given happiness also to those who followed from home. This was Giacomo Bonaventura, who scored the opener, a wonderful goal, who you should, of course, go and see once again on our social media channels. And he reached 100 Serie A contributions, like I said earlier, aging like fine wine. Jack Bonaventura, who commentated and once again showed his solidarity with those affected by the flooding in Tuscany. It wasn't just Fiorentina in Serie A who won, but it was also the women's team, Fiorentina Femminile, who beat their opponent at the weekend. Let's have a look at those highlights from the game at Sampdoria with the Viola, who got a win thanks to a late London goal and stayed third in Serie A on 16 points. The first chance after 31 minutes is for Catena with a lovely back heel pass here by Severini. But Catena was unable to find the back of the net. Often the number 10 is really one of the best players on the pitch and creates plenty of chances. Catena again, 47 minutes in. Unable once again to beat the opponent goalkeeper, but creating opportunities. Here's another chance for Catena, but the great run here is by Mihatovic, who finds the number 10 onto the right boot. Lovely curler, but goalkeeper Tampieri saves it for Sampdoria. The disappointment for Catena. Again, the replay, that truly would have been a wonderful goal. The beauty of a curler. Great save though to deny Catena here by the Sampdoria goalkeeper. Another look at it. Would have truly been a gem. Sampdoria also created some goal-scoring opportunities. Testimony of how difficult a game it was against a tough opponent for the Viola Femminile. And this time it's Schruffenegger with a great save, coming out at the right time and closing all gaps for the opponents. Then a couple of substitutions here with Lundin coming on from De La Fuente. And Schruffenegger with another beauty of a save here. That would have been a great goal. Fantastic long range free kick there. But Schruffenegger saves the day. Then Fiorentina attack 85 minutes into the 86th. A great cross in. Lundin with the header. And the ball crossed the line. It's 1-0. Another late goal for the Viola. Proves decisive. Once again, De La Fuente can celebrate with his players, just like last week against AC Milan. Another late goal for another late win. The points keep coming for Fiorentina, who created more opportunities than Sampdoria and went close to scoring again just before the final whistle. Here's Lundin with the perfect header over the goalkeeper. The ball crossed the line. The referee pointed towards midfield and it's 1-0. It's all Fiorentina needed to beat Sampdoria. Fiorentina went close to scoring once again moments after. Game was almost over. Mihajlovic went for it. And then Jónsdóttir so close to making it 2. Fiorentina deserve the win against Sampdoria. Once again, a late goal. And once again, 3 points for the Viola, who can celebrate a great start to the season, admittedly, from Fiorentina Women's. And a win, just like the men's team this weekend. There was also a great result for the Fiorentina Primavera, the under-19s, who managed a late equalizer against Empoli in the derby. Let's have a look at the highlights there from the under-19s who played here at the Stadio Curva Fiesole in the Viola Park and managed against Empoli at home in the derby to get their second draw in a row, and once again with a late goal. It's worth underlining that Empoli have an average age of about 2 years older than that of the Fiorentina players. Here's Amatucci, who has often been called up for the first team as well, going close to scoring. But eventually it was Empoli who took the lead in what was a well-fought derby. And like we said, of course, Empoli were on paper the better side, with players of older age, with once again Amatucci going close to scoring with that free kick right there. You can hear the voices from the fans from the Rocco Bicommisso Viola Park, the Stadio Curva Fiesole, which is now the new home of Fiorentina, and the women's team and the Primavera play here in what is one of the most modern grounds in the country, in the most modern training center in Italy, and one of the largest in Europe. Fiorentina Primavera, who went up to 7 points thanks to this draw, a draw that came late on and a draw that came after Empoli were in front, even though it was Fiorentina who were creating most of the opportunities, as we can see here, with the Empoli goalkeeper piling up saves, and even the bar saving the day for the visitors. Visitors who also created some opportunities.
ciao!